starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Nate Mayock. Last summer, we brought you a story about restoration work on a historic building in Elko. Today, we have an update to share. The Elko Historical Society received a $25,000 grant towards the restoration on Saturday. The Grange building on Highway K has been up since 1911, and in 2019, the building was given to the Historical Society, but it's in a state of disrepair, with work only continuing if they received funding. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski met up with some members of that society today to give us an update on that project.
I was searching online for grants, and I unfortunately didn't find anything. And then I ran into somebody at a pancake breakfast, and he mentioned the Remington Foundation.
After Mijak heard about the Elwyn Remington Foundation, she decided to give it a try.
And we didn't hear anything for a while, and eventually we heard something at the end of, or the middle of February, and said we would be considered for their spring meeting.
And good news for the group came Saturday, receiving a $25,000 grant. The Elko Grange building has been standing since 1911, originally built by the Modern Woodmen of America. And over the last century of standing, the building has been through many hands, but slowly rotting away.
In 2019, we were given a historical building here in the town of Elko.
Greg Mijak says once complete, the building will be a great resource for the community.
We use it as our future site of the museum that will have to house artifacts and documents of the local area, not just Elko, but the community.
The group believes the Remington Foundation grant is going to be instrumental in making sure area history is preserved for the next generation.
That was Kyle Pazorski reporting. And if anyone out there wants to contribute to the project, you can get in contact with the Elko Historical Society by visiting the Town of Elko's website. Well, Jeff, the sun was out. Temperatures are looking good for the rest of the week. What more good news can you give?
Well, here we are in Minocqua right now, where the current air temperature is still near 40 degrees. We're getting our meltdown outside tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, with high temperatures tomorrow back up near 50. Right now, though, we're at 37 in Rhinelander, also for Leona, 38 for Eagle River. So you get the idea. It's a warm evening out there. There's a problem with that, though, is the wind is out of the south right now, around 0 to 10 miles per hour. That's going to blow that warmer air over our snowpack. That's going to give us some dense fog again tonight or tomorrow morning. So the fog will be pretty dense tomorrow morning, probably between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. If you're out driving in that, get your low beams on. They'll help you through the fog tomorrow morning. All right, here's the radar. And again, a little system to our north right now is going to pass to our north tonight and leave us alone except for the cloud cover out there tonight into tomorrow morning. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies, and not as cold, with low temperatures down near 32. Your full forecast is coming up, Nate.
Thank you, Jeff. Every school district has had to navigate around the pandemic for the last 3 years, and the Rhinelander School District has been no exception. But there is some hope on the horizon. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has more on how Rhinelander schools are doing at this stage against COVID.
When Eric Burke started his role as superintendent of the Rhinelander School District in 2020, he had no idea a pandemic was coming.
My first year coming into that school year was a lot of planning and meetings and those kind of things, trying to do what's best for the students and staff in the school district.
As COVID-19 spread throughout the schools, Burke and his staff did their best to navigate.
It's one of those things where, we try our best.
Fast forward almost 2 years later, and the virus is starting to wind down.
Numbers have been very low, and we're really happy with that.
The school district of Rhinelander is averaging 0 to 1 COVID-19 case between students and staff for the past 2 weeks. Burke says it's noticeable that students and staff are feeling more optimistic.
I would say that it definitely, I think it makes us all more relaxed as a community and as a world, if we don't have that to worry about for sure.
Burke wants his message to remain the same as it was when he started, and that's focusing on the students.
So we continue to meet as a school district once a week to review numbers.
The school district offers testing for staff and students 3 times a week to keep track of case numbers. Burke says throughout his time as superintendent so far, he's learned how to get through a problem by working together. As case numbers are dropping, Burke believes the school district will come out of the pandemic stronger.
I just want to thank everyone for their patience and support as we work through this together.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Rhinelander, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Governor Tony Evers held a press conference in Wausau today. He talked about a new investment in safer communities across the state. Governor Evers announced a $50 million investment in community safety, and today's announcement brings the governor's overall investment into violence prevention and public safety to more than $100 million. The governor says that $19 million of that investment will go towards local and tribal law enforcement agencies for training, recruitment bonuses, community policing, and other needs. He said he is trying to build a safer and fairer Wisconsin for everyone. Authorities in Lincoln County have conducted a search warrant and taken 2 individuals into custody. One of the individuals, Gene Daly, is being charged with possession of marijuana, methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and harboring a felon. Meanwhile, the other man, Danny Green, is being charged with the same 3 possession charges and also felony possession of a firearm. The warrant was carried out on Monday and both remain in custody. Daly was given a $7,000 bond and Green was given a $25,000 cash bond. A fatal car crash took place this morning on Highway 8 in Lincoln County. Shortly before 8 a.m., officials responded to a 2-vehicle crash near the town of McCord, located just northwest of Tomahawk. A car crossed the center lane and was hit by an oncoming semi. The female driver, a 22-year-old from Eagle River, suffered fatal injuries as a result of the crash. The semi-driver was not injured. US 8 was closed for several hours afterwards, and the crash is still under investigation. Many of the scenes of people fleeing Ukraine have been heartbreaking and have garnered international attention. And that's just a small portion of the struggles that some people are facing. NBC's Molly Hunter has more on one family's struggle and a bond that they've created overseas with a man from Wisconsin.
This would be their last duet for a while. Anton and Alla Bulak and 3-year-old daughter Lisa are like millions of Ukrainian families facing the wrenching decision to leave or to stay. By the time we meet them in Lviv, they've already made the 350-mile journey from their home in Kyiv, reluctantly.
Finally, I said, hey, Anton, you need to get out of Kyiv.
American Pete Yednak was traveling in Ukraine 13 years ago on vacation when he met Anton. They've been best friends ever since. Godfather to Lisa, Pete's been watching the war from Wisconsin. We were having these conversations every day, Anton says. He started screaming at me, "You have to get out."
If I be alone, don't leave.
You would stay.
Yes.
But you have Alla and you have a daughter.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get to passport control.
Last week, Pete flew from Wisconsin all the way to Poland and then crossed the border to talk to his friend in person.
We will be to Lviv in about an hour. He's my best friend in the world, and I'm here in Ukraine despite everything going on because of that friendship. He's a very loving husband and father, and so devoted to his family. So it's definitely going to be tough on him.
As a young man, Anton can't leave the country, and Alla doesn't want to go abroad by herself.
Are you afraid?
No, she's very afraid.
She's afraid.
She's afraid.
After our interview, the family makes the decision. Pete would accompany Alla and Lisa to Poland, then hopefully on to the U.S. We come back as they're packing up. Lisa knows she's going to say goodbye to her dad, but doesn't understand why.
Are you nervous?
Anton walks them into the train station.
Stay safe. I will.
And the heartache sets in.
I will.
Anton on the phone with his wife and daughter. Finally, the train departs. Anton gathers his things, one backpack and the family cat.
I hope I'll be all right.
He has done all a father can. Molly Hunter, NBC News, Lviv, Ukraine.
Interest rates are likely to rise soon. We'll look at what that could mean for your bank account. But first, Jeff is in with your full forecast right here on Newswatch 12.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I wish I could find somewhere to eat that serves lunch so I can relax and have someone clean up after me. I miss lunch at the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch? The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub is opening for lunch. The Rhinelander Cafe and Pub will be opening for lunch starting February 22nd. Exciting new choices, but some of the favorites too.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
Looking to add warmth to your home with a new gas, wood, pellet, or electric unit? Look no further than Trapper's Fireplace Gallery in Eagle River, carrying the best selection from Heat and Glow, Quadrifire, Simplifier, and Vermont castings. From complete installs to service to maintenance, we have you covered. From the Dahlquist family you've trusted for over 50 years, visit their showroom, Trapper's Fireplace Gallery in downtown Eagle River. Welcome to the family.
Well, spring sure does seem right around the corner right now, with temperatures back in the 40s today. We're going for 50s tomorrow, a bit of a cool down for Thursday and Friday, but then right back up near 50 over the weekend. After we did this during February, so here's the map for February, temperature map. It came back as the 7th warmest February on record globally. So it's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, the red is above average, the blue is below. Some blue across North America, but overall, much of the world was above average in temperatures in February. And so were we today. 37 right now in Rhinelander, 32 for Antigo, 35 for Wausau. So a couple of you are getting down near freezing right now, and we melted lots of snow today. So there's going to be slippery spots by tomorrow morning as we get below freezing tonight. But going forward, here we go, 52 tomorrow with probably some clouds around as well. A bit colder for Thursday and Friday, but who cares? 52 tomorrow, and then right back up again. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back up near 50 again. We could go for mid-50s on Sunday afternoon. Who is ready for that? I see lots of hands going up, right? All right, so going forward, this is the trend beyond that then. So beyond this week, beyond next week, toward the end of March now, we're talking about near average temperatures for us across the Great Lakes. But again, much of the country above average. So we'll see. That is still a week or two away. We'll get there when we get there, right? Today, though, this morning was spectacular, wasn't it? We had that rime ice overnight last night. That was that freezing fog on trees and stuff. Made for a beautiful scene this morning. That quickly all melted, though, when the sun rose, and then off to the races today with high temperatures back up in the 40s, and we'll do 50s tomorrow. So there are lots of clouds out there now. There's a little system just to our north. It's kind of bugging us right now. With the cloud cover, there could be a rogue sprinkle in there tonight. Most of us, though, will stay dry, as this will stay to our north. But you see what's going on, right? Much of the moisture is stuck with this system right here, and the storm track is over here. So we're kind of like in that happy spot in the middle, but we're just close enough to this storm track there that could bring us some cloud cover tonight and maybe a couple areas of drizzle by tomorrow morning. It's a very active storm track, but it's going north into Alaska, then doing something like this just to our north. So we right now are on the southern side of that, meaning warmer temperatures for us and a lack of precipitation, except for fog. That fog will be locally dense again tomorrow morning, most likely burning off, though, by about 8 o'clock in the morning. So our forecast then tomorrow, look at this. Just sit back in your chair and take this in. 52 tomorrow with some cloudy skies to the north. Further south, though, we're talking mid-60s. Portage County into Adams County. It's 60s tomorrow across parts of central Wisconsin. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies. Dense fog is likely well after midnight, with lows flirting with freezing. So some refreezing tonight will make for slippery spots tomorrow morning. Speaking of tomorrow, here we go. Lots of clouds around, windy and warmer. You'll notice the wind tomorrow. Highs back in the low 50s. That wind will gust near 25, making that 50 feel, though, a bit colder. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by North Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow 52, 46 for Thursday, Friday 43, so a bit of a cool down, and then we're right back up near 50 on Saturday into Sunday. Nate?
Sounds great. Thank you, Jeff. If you have large purchases to make that may involve borrowing money, you may want to get on that soon. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates, and our very own Eli Karp gives us a breakdown on what that could mean for consumers.
As a way to fight inflation, the Federal Reserve is expected to raise short-term interest rates by 0.25 percentage points on Wednesday.
Theoretically, if you increase interest rates, you increase borrowing costs, and you increase borrowing costs for both consumers and corporations. And if you increase borrowing costs, then you lower demand. And if you lower demand for a given supply, then prices should, if not decline, at least inflation should decrease.
Its decision to raise the federal funds rate will affect people in different ways.
For our older clients who are relying on their assets and they want their money in a place that doesn't have market risk, this is it's a good thing for them because they can see they're actually making something other than the very, very low rates they've been seeing for many, many years at the bank.
But for younger people looking to make large purchases or people with debt, things will be more expensive.
The number one thing that you can really do is just to kind of budget a little bit more with the expectation that your borrowing cost, if you're going to have to borrow money to purchase anything, that is going to go up.
The Fed hasn't raised interest rates in 3 years, but economists expect to see potentially 4 or more hikes this year.
Now they may be dipping into savings to pay for stuff instead of borrowing money when basically, it was such a good interest rate environment for borrowing money. It was almost like money was free.
But even with an increase in interest rates, it's still a borrower's environment.
If you look back over the last 75 years in the United States, the interest rate that the Fed targets is at a record low level. There's only one other time it's been this low.
Reporting for Newswatch 12, I'm Eli Karp.
The college basketball tournament is finally underway, and we're also inching closer to the high school boys state tournament, and one Northwood school is rolling in and ready to make some noise. We'll share that story after the break.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese and 2 juicy charbroiled patties. Of course, no meeting can compete with this meat. Give in to the new Double Bacon Beast Burger at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Summer is about having fun, not worrying about your old, outdated dock. Portadoc's corrosion-resistant roll-in or post-dock aluminum dock systems offer durability and longevity, as well as functionality with multiple configurations and decking options. Virtually maintenance-free Portadoc systems will keep you in or on the water all summer long. Visit your local Portadoc dealer, and welcome to where the land ends and the summer fun begins. Dvorak's Docks, Highway 45 in Elko. Tomahawk Sports Center, North 4th Street in Tomahawk.
The cherry on top of your sundae, extra crowd on your brunch, the icing on, you know how it goes. There's nothing wrong with making a good thing even better. That's why saving with EdVest, Wisconsin's 529 college savings plan, makes perfect sense. When you open and fund an account, you plan your family's future and get the extra benefit of a Wisconsin tax deduction. Start now. Like seriously, right now at edvest.com. It's so easy, you can even do it as you enjoy your extra cheese pizza.
I never would have thought that Ron Johnson would have ever been somebody that I can say is family. I remember thinking, wow, he actually came here, but he actually took the time to step in the door and support my husband in a program, in a vision, in a dream. It was like their visions of helping the people were all one glue. And when the two of them got together, they developed a program called the Joseph Project.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
With crispy bacon and fluffy eggs and melty cheese. Whoa, Beast Mode doesn't have to stop for breakfast. Give in to the new Bacon Beast breakfast menu at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Coming up on your Wednesday, we'll learn more about this weekend's Ode Country Band Pickoff.
All right, temperatures are going to be pretty nice, Kevin. 40s and even 50s on the way. That'll be melting some snow. More when you tune in on your Wednesday.
Aaron Rodgers announced just a week ago that he'd be returning to the Packers for an 18th season. We knew it would take a lot for the Pack to get him back, but now we know the numbers of his new deal. Today, he signed an extension that will give him $150 million over the next 3 years. There are also 2, quote, dummy years added onto the contract. That's if he decides to play past 2024. The contract lowers his 2022 salary cap hit from about $47 million to $28 million. And now the focus turns to signing Davante Adams to a long-term contract. The Packers reportedly offered him a large extension, but there's been no deal just yet. This weekend, the boys basketball state tournament will be taking place in Madison. We have one local team that is going to make the 4-hour journey to the Kohl Center. The Hurley North Stars are state-bound, and Newswatch 12's Griffin Stroin talked to the team today, and he has more.
It wasn't a dream, guys. This really happened. Yeah, it's a special moment.
A moment that this Hurley boys basketball team will remember forever. They're heading to the state tournament. Head coach Mike Schwartz and his team celebrated their sectional final win over Athens in style and with the community behind them.
So many community members, took the time to welcome us home, and just the support from the community has been tremendous.
Now the focus, though, is back to their next game, a matchup with the Bangor Cardinals.
They're more of a 5-out dribble, drive, penetrate, kick team. Teams that we've struggled with in our non-conference schedule.
Schwartz likes the matchup, though. He thinks their size will help them and that their previous experience against teams like the Cardinals will be beneficial.
Played some really good teams. You look at Medford, their Division II that was in the sectional final. Northland Pines, Eagle River, a Division III school who had the 1 seed and won a regional. I don't think we're here today without playing those teams.
The nerves of playing on the biggest stage, I'm sure, will affect Schwartz and his players. But he knows that his team will be ready.
I just been telling the guys this. You belong here. You've earned this. Now let's go out and just play our game and just play our best and let the chips fall where they fall.
And for this team, he's proud of them regardless of the outcome. But he's also confident that they can bring home the first title to Hurley since 1949.
They've worked so hard. These guys have been with me for a long time, and they've won a lot of basketball games, and I don't think we're done yet. We got a few more we got to go get.
Reporting for Newswatch 12, I'm Griffin Stroin.
That semifinal game is set to tip off on Friday morning around 11. We'll have full highlights and post-game sound right here on Newswatch 12. And of course, that isn't the only basketball game that is taking place this week. The NCAA tournament is getting underway. And to get into the spirit, we're having a little fun here at the station. We're hosting a bracket challenge. There's 3 rounds, which means 3 chances to win a Visa gift card. You can sign up to join in round 1, round 3, or in the semifinals. Plus, you can compete against our sports department, that's Griffin and myself, to see who has the best bracket in the Northwoods. To register and find more details, you can visit our website, WJFW.com. We may have lost an hour of sleep this weekend, but that soon may be a relic of the past. We'll explain why some legislators are hoping to get rid of daylight saving time. That's after the break.
Everything seems to be more expensive these days. Everything costs more. Ron Johnson should be helping families like us, but he seems to have helped himself instead. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. He's doubled his wealth since taking office. It doesn't seem fair to me. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Lance Truck. We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Nobody has more used trucks all on one lot, all priced to move. So when you're ready to buy your next truck, know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move.
We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
I come here to do homework because they have free Wi-Fi. They don't say anything as long as I buy something.
When there's a lot of noise, it's hard to focus. But I listen to music to try and drown it out. When the Wi-Fi cuts out, I can't finish my homework. That's why I started getting D's.
Millions of children rely on public Wi-Fi to study. U.S. Cellular is donating up to $13 million in hotspots to help youth in need. Because every child deserves the same opportunity to learn.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out.
Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
When searching for your dream home, it's important to figure out what style home you like. Victorian, cottage, Tudor. It's also important to protect your home and all the dreams that come with it. When looking for your dream home, keep in mind good things come in pairs, like dual sinks, Jonathan and me.
And pairing your home and auto insurance, which can get you one step closer to achieving your dream.
Pretty sure people call it bundling.
Bundle your home and auto insurance and save up to 28%.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
An Antigo native is now a finalist for the Wisconsin Alice in Dairyland title. It's a one-year position within the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. The winners will travel all over the state to market that industry. And this year, Samantha Schusler, who grew up on her family's dairy farm in Antigo, is in the running. The winner will be announced on May 21st. We finally discovered something that everyone in the U.S. Senate can finally agree on. That's an extra hour of sunlight. The chamber passed a measure on Tuesday that would make daylight saving time permanent, which means getting rid of setting clocks back in the fall. Republican Senator Marco Rubio sponsored the Sunshine Protection Act, but he says he doesn't know if the House will take it up. That would be necessary before President Joe Biden could sign it into law. Switching gears now, after a deadly shooting outside of a high school in Iowa, 6 teenagers have been arrested and charged with murder. However, 2 students who were wounded in that shooting are still making a remarkable recovery. Laura Terrell has more on their progress.
Hello. This new video is the first time we're hearing from one of the students who was shot outside East High School 1 week ago. From her hospital bed, Kemery Ortega thanks supporters for their prayers and well wishes.
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm doing a pretty fast recovery already.
The 18-year-old was one of 3 teens hit when gunfire erupted on March 7th. Ortega's GoFundMe page states she still has a bullet in her head, but a CT scan shows the blood vessels around it look completely fine.
I don't know how much of it you guys can see, but it's all coming together soon, and I'm working pretty hard at it right now.
Friends and family members are also posting updates for Jessica Lopez. They say the 16-year-old is fighting for her life after being shot outside the school. Police say 6 gang members fired around 40 shots from 3 vehicles. Detectives believe Jose Lopez was the target. The 15-year-old died from his injuries. The violence has rocked the Latino community. Many came together last Friday calling for change.
We have a lot of memories now that need to be healed.
On Saturday, students and staff held a vigil at East High School, each one holding out hope that Lopez and Ortega will make a full recovery.
I'm doing okay. Thank you.
This portion of Newswatch 12 brought to you by Nicolay Law Accident and Injury Lawyers.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Updating your home to smart control is easy with Fight Electric and Menards. You're busy and have a lot to do. What if your house could do things for you? Only use energy when you need it and stay informed so you can protect what matters most. There are no monthly fees, hubs, or subscription fees required. Enjoy a smarter, more helpful home with Fight Electric Smart Home Products. All 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Working families need help with rising costs.
That's why Governor Tony Evers brought Republicans and Democrats together to cut income taxes for the middle class. Now, if you make $50,000 a year, you'll see over $500 a year in tax cuts, more for married couples. Couldn't we all use a little help dealing with rising costs? Call Governor Tony Evers. Tell him you support his new law on middle-class tax relief.
Fairway Storage is St. Germain's newest place for all your storage needs. Brand new units available to store your household goods, boats, cars, and seasonal toys. Easy access 24/7 on Highway 70 West St. Germain. Call today for more information.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
Grow new ideas for your farm at the WPS Farm Show, March 29th through the 31st at the EAA grounds in Oshkosh.
All right, Mr. Nate, lots of fog out there again tonight. Probably not as thick as it was last night, but overall we have warmer temperatures flowing over our cold earth, thus the snowpack out there, and that'll give us some fog tonight. Temperatures right now, though, are above freezing, and for many of us, they'll likely stay above freezing tonight, but there will be a few that go just below, and look for a few slippery spots tomorrow morning. And then here it is. This is looking good, right? So 50s tomorrow, 40s on really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then maybe 50 back on the weekend or so.
Of course, and you know, I know you said it's going to be windy tomorrow, but if it hits 50, shorts. I'm wearing shorts tomorrow.
I love this. This is great.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for watching. Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon is next.